You're watching the Skateboarding Bros Show. Stories from the pioneers of skateboarding about the history and the fun of the sport we love.
Thank you.
Okay, hey, hello. Thank you for dropping in to watch us talk about old times. We've got future Florida Skater Hall of Fame inductee Bruce Whiteside with us, as well as Santa Claus's little helper, Mike Daly, and Phil Chiocchio down in Sarasota, bringing up the back and keeping everything leveled out and good. And we want to make sure everybody knows about the Florida Skateboard Hall of Fame, April 15th in St. Petersburg Park. It's going to be epic. We got 18 people going in. We haven't got together in 5 years. And we're really glad that Bruce and Bill Procco and all those guys are going to be Bruce Mason, my old doubles partner. It's going to be a wonderful time, and we've never had it in St. Pete, so please join us.
You know, I had skateboarded for quite some time, and like my first skateboard that I ever got that was my own was actually not that skateboard, but identical to that skateboard. Randomly I found that picture online. I did a search for 70s Hawaiian skateboard, and that came up and blew my mind when I saw it, because that's the exact same board. It's got small wheels in the front, big wheels in the back, Hawaiian print. I think my mom bought it for me at JM Fields, same place Michael got his first skateboard.
Wow.
Then, so I had that, and I had been
kind of like a Jimmy Buffett kind of skateboard there.
Yeah, definitely. I'd been cruising around for a while, just doing that. I had skated before I got that board, but that was like my own first board, so that was like really great.
What year was this contest, Bruce?
Michael or Ed might be able to tell you. I'm gonna say 76.
Wow.
No, it was more like 5.
75. Well, anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, George and I couldn't drive.
Around the time that I got that skateboard, I guess my mom had enough insight to know that I was kind of into it, even though I didn't know I was into it. And she took me down to the old pier in St. Pete, which isn't there anymore. And because there was a skateboard contest, and we were like up on the pier on one of the balconies up above it, looking down. And it was like the greatest thing I'd ever seen. I was like, wow, this is, what I want to do. Like the whole scene, just the gear, the activity, the fun people were having. And I think that contest really was the impetus that kind of put me on the path to sort of being a lifelong skateboarder, because it really solidified it for me. Ed, I know you were there. I don't know if Michael was in that contest. I think he probably was. And then I know
it was totally new at that point.
Yeah, we got George and I got dropped off by his mom and picked up by his dad. But I look at the date now, and it might be 76. Because George and I are both born in August, and I don't think my parents would have let me drive.
Yeah, I think it's 76 too.
Yeah, but anyway, as fortune would have it, like a year or two ago, I was talking to Michael about this, and like I can't remember if he came over here or I stopped by his house. He's like, "Oh yeah, check it out. Here's a poster from that contest."
Wow.
So that's an authentic on heavy cardstock poster. It's like I think it's like 16 by 22, promoting the contest. It's mind blowing for me.
Yeah, I got that from Chris Moriarty. He was in the contest.
Yeah, he was. He was killing it.
Marilyn Monroe riding the skateboard in the upper right.
That's the original, the G turn kid or whatever, isn't it?
Greg Weaver.
Look how wide the wheels are.
Yeah. This is actually my front yard and my backyard. This is actually the same time as the early St. Pete ramps, or maybe just slightly before with the quarter pipe. But these are from
what year is that? Give me a year.
I'm riding a Mike Fulmer Sims Stinger, so I'm thinking 78.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then the one on the left is a little bit later, because I think I'm riding a Crip Stick in that photo, so that's probably 79, closer to 80.
Excellent.
Mad Rat's on. Is that John in the background with the red shorts?
Yeah, so it's on the right hand side. You can see, as Cleo always points out, the great engineering going on in that quarter pipe. In the background is Cleo's cousin Benny, and then that's Grigley holding up a board, And this was like a kind of a pseudo double thing. We had a takeoff ramp on the other side of the street. So Walter would go up and do an axle stall, and I'd do a rock and roll off of his board, and he'd drop back in behind me. And
Wow.
so
That's a good shot.
Yeah. There's a lot of wrong going on in that picture.
I would like to point out another wrong. Cleo may have missed that one 2x4 coming up on the back. It's not cut at a 45. So it's not really doing its real engineering.
Yeah, there was a lot of bent nails and propped up danger going on.
Love it.
On the left is like, I think the first ramp I had in my backyard. This predates the Nacho ramp. This was Daly. I forgot all about this. Do you remember Chucky's ramp over by St. Pete College?
No.
There was like a half pipe, kind of like the one Matt had, and it was right parallel with parallel with St. Pete Junior College, but a couple blocks south. I went there with Kendra one time. And then I ended up buying the ramp from the guy for like $100 and brought it back to my house. It never really went back together correctly. So we just built like this kind of mini ramp takeoff thing with a little quarter pipe out of it. And that's what this is. It's a front, again, Ed's favorite trick, front side rock and roll on a janky quarter pipe.
That does not look like a front side rock.
No, that's a front side rock, 100%.
See, there you go. Okay, I can't look at it.
The one on the right is a backside rock. The one on the left is a front side rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're coming back in.
Front side.
I got you. So you have so much art in here. I just threw it all up here.
Wow.
Yeah, skaters are creative folks by nature, and I think we all look for some kind of an outlet. Most of my friends that are skaters, a lot of them are musicians. I got zero musical talent, so I had to find some other way of kind of getting that creative outlet. So I used to do graphics. I'm proud to say I've never charged anybody $1 for a graphic, but I did some for Paul back in the day. We did the ATV graphic and the
I saw that. I've seen that.
Yeah, and the Tarantula graphic I did.
This one.
Along with John McGuigan. Yeah, that was Cleo's original coping block. He wanted something that reminded him of like the Powell Circle P. So we came up with that.
That's so cool.
The one in the middle is one of my favorites. That's a graphic we did for a promo. Paul supplied the boards and I did the graphic, and it was a fundraiser for Bill Procco's son. So actually, I don't know if you can see me. Oh, you're sharing your screen, but once you're not sharing, I can show you one of the boards. I still have one.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can stop sharing. It's just
Yeah.
Oh no, it's cool.
There you go.
Yeah, that's one of those
Really? Nice.
security chain boards, and then
What's DMD stand for?
I can
Bruce.
dig all this stuff out for you guys.
Bring back the Deshane's board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff on there.
What's
Hidden imagery.
What's DMD?
Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. It's a disease. It's a muscle wasting disease. Bill Procco's son, Evan, unfortunately has it, and they've been dealing with it as a family for many, many years. And this is just one of the small things we did to try to help them along the way.
What's the .org on the bottom? Is that still active?
Yeah, it's cureduchenne.org.
So he's one of Jerry's kids then? This is a muscular dystrophy kind of thing?
Yeah, it is a form of muscular dystrophy. I think it's a lesser known and lesser supported research-wise.
Right. But they're working on it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bill and his family are active part of that.
Let's cure it. Get done with it. Let's cure it.
Yeah.
All right.
We did the ATV
okay, moving on.
a while ago.
That's nice. Yeah, good graphic.
Yeah, Paul originally did the ATV, but it was kind of just stick letters. We just enhanced it a little bit and, kind of made it a little more robust, a little more fun.
Are you still doing graphics?
If somebody asks me.
All right, we're asking you.
Yeah, send me an idea. We'll do something.
All right, our fan club will harp in on that. So send some comments to get
Yeah.
Bruce to start making graphics for you. He doesn't charge more than a dollar. He'll go $50, but he won't charge $1.
The one in the middle is one of my favorites. It's a graphic I did for Walter's company, Sanitation.
Like that.
And there's if you had a bigger version in the background, we found some old like 1930s articles about sanitation strikes and stuff. And there's like this old newspaper articles in the background. But unfortunately, when Vision made it, they substituted the fonts on it and just completely ruined it. But I think Vision made them for him. Or
Like the
Taylor.
guys, 55-gallon drums, the hand toting into there. That's pretty cool.
Those are
This is
the
Berg Bowl. That's classic. Yeah.
yeah, that's the Series 1 Berg Bowl boards. Paul, again, we'll say Paul's name 1,000 times here. He came
That's
through
Paul
for
Schmitt.
Yeah, when we built the bowl in St. Pete, there hadn't really been much going on here for a while in St. Pete proper, and Justin and Jay Turner were really the impetus behind that. So we were trying to raise a little bit of money to buy skate light, and Paul offered to press boards for us, so we came up with just the bottle cap graphic because everybody there drank, so it made sense, and so that became kind of an iconic graphic locally, and we did pretty well with it.
Cool.
So did some Monties, huh?
I did the tail graphics for the original Monty board, the foam that you see, the foam core, and then when Chuck remade them a couple years ago, he made a Monty reissue. They made it in an airframe instead of a foam core, so we tried to replicate that graphic. I like the foam core. We tried to replicate the airframe to look like the foam core graphic.
The airframe it was like cardboard inside. The wood was like so it had air pockets. It was a nice board. The foam
How did that feel to ride? Could you tell the difference?
They're amazingly light, silly light.
Oh,
Yes.
The foam core was a nice board, but when jolted, it would just bust. Like my first elevator drop at Del Mar, tail broke off.
I know.
Welcome to Del Mar.
That's so funny because we were talking about 301 ramp last time, and like I think one of the last times I went there, because I didn't really go there much after Paul and everybody went west, but I remember like crafting, like making my own special board, picked out my own special laminates that looked really great, and made a foam core. It was like what I used to ride called a Cadillac shape, and it was perfect. New trucks, new wheels, looked great. I dropped in, did a kick turn, did an axle stall, then did like a lean tail on the first wall and just snapped the tail clean off the board because it had foam in the tail. It just sometimes they just didn't hold together well.
and these are multi-ply wood boards.
Yeah, what it was a 7-ply maple board, like a standard skateboard, but it had like a kind of a horseshoe shape, really more like a tooth. If you think about the picture of a tooth with roots, like a tooth shaped route out in the center of the deck, and then a smaller kind of hockey puck shape route out in the tail. And we put in Kevlar foam and then glassed over it. At least that's the way we did it when Chuck and I made them at Paul's shop in Clearwater.
Wow.
I mean,
Sounds expensive and
yeah.
time consuming and just crazy.
Maybe the future is disposable decks. If you push it too much, it breaks. So what? You got another one for $12 or
Stop the tape. You donate it to Boards for Bros.
There you
and
go.
buy you a new one or get your other one out of the trunk.
That's right.
Just come on. So, I mean, I remember it's a great idea. They look like EP water skis with the honeycomb inside them, but theirs was some sort of carbon fiber. It was a thicker ski, but they did break too.
That's framework from the original Berg Bowl in Justin Mastery's backyard. That was there probably a good 5 years, and really kind of revitalized the skate scene in St. Pete, especially for older guys. it went through 3 different iterations. I mean, that's the first one. It was just soap bar shape. And we found out didn't really put enough flat in it. So we pulled it apart, added, I think, 4 feet more longitudinally. We added 4 feet more.
Where are you talking?
Over here.
At the end,
yeah,
you made that more. You made that more
We split
vertical.
that apart and added 4 feet more there to make it a wider bowl.
So
And then I guess about 2 years in, we added a hip and a corner and an extension and built a taco on one side. So it got a little more interesting. But yeah, that was a great deal of fun.
This is wonderful geometry lesson right here. Look at
It
this.
had a steel coping all the way around the whole lip, one solid piece. And he would bring, I don't know, his welder buddies, Mastery. They'd be out there welding it, and your weld sucks. But
Oh no! Like
one
between the
solid-
pieces, it had to
yeah,
be smooth.
it's one solid all the way around. So it was
Wow.
pretty darn smooth.
wow.
Wow! And these are volunteers, or did you come up with
It
some
was
bucks?
the owner of the house, Justin Mastery, and his friends.
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit before about how it started. It kind of started as a fluke that I had started skating pretty regularly. Again, like around 2000, I started skating a lot. And Jay Turner was running a skate park called Central. Then it became 688 Skate Park. And then they had 2 big spine ramps in the back. It used to be BMX guys rode them, and then nobody rode them for ages. And I was standing at the counter one day. I'm like, "Hey Jay, what are you doing with those spine ramps?" He's like, "Why, you want them?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take them." And he's like, "Oh, okay." So Justin was skating a little bit then and getting back into it. And he was like, my initial thought was we would just build a half pipe in Justin's yard because he was down with it. But he was like, "No, let's build a bowl." And I told him, I said, "I got no idea how to build a bowl." He's like, "It's okay, we'll figure it out." And he did. He was, not to
Sorry, I
repeat
got a
myself,
flashback. Huh?
but he was, he was that kind of kid. Just let's figure it out, make it happen, and we did. And,
So who's in the
it was
bowl
great.
right there? Is that Praco?
No.
No, Praco was never there. I can't see the picture because it's obscured by you. It might be, yeah, no telling. I can't see it. Might be Jeff Bellina.
Oh, sorry about that.
So you built this thing, and then you realized you could do better, and you took it apart and you rebuilt it. You realized you could do something better, and you took it apart and rebuilt it.
That's kind of the story of everything I do.
That's
just
great.
People like to take pictures of me doing Smith grinds, so there you have an assortment. So I learned how to do Smith grinds because I saw Michael Daly do them.
Is that Justin in the white shirt behind you on the right? Yeah, that got an eclectic crowd. It was fun.
And I think in the middle picture, I think the purple shirt, that it's really super small. I can't see it. It might be Redneck Eric. Justin was a couple of years younger than me. He was a local at the ramp in my backyard at my mom's house, the Nacho ramp. And then we kind of reconnected at 688 Skate Park. And he was just into it. His family owned or owns a bar downtown St. Pete. They own a bait shop, both of which have been in business for decades and decades. So really well-known family, really well-respected guy. Picture on the right was taken by Tim Hubbard.
Oh, let's take a moment here. Tim Hubbard's a nice guy, and say anybody who sees photos on any of our shows that they took, please let us know so we can get proper credit where credit is due. So what's cool about this, and most people don't know that are watching that are under 40, they don't know that grinders used to be done this way, and you would gouge your truck against the coping, and then people started doing them on top, and then they started putting steel coping on ramps and everywhere, and it's a different experience. You can't do an old grinder on a steel pipe. It's at Kona
Skateboard Park, the 70 something, they had a contest and all the pros came out, and Dave Hackett, Tony Alva, they'd hit the tombstone, do a tuck knee front side, and then on the way down, they'd land like a Smith stall, just smashing up the lip and chipping it. But you could see like, hey, there's a pivot spot there. And that was probably 78.
Yeah.
That was so long ago.
Yeah. I got
So
some
now-
footage of Alva doing the tombstone.
So
Oh,
where was
man.
this?
Yeah, if you're allowed to like your own pictures, I like this one. This is Central St. Pete off of 62nd Avenue North. There was a boat factory, and outside, out back behind the factory, they had these big giant molds that they used to lay fiberglass up in to make sailboat hulls. And that's what I'm skating in. I'm skating in a sailboat hull mold.
Yeah, I
It's
thought it
about-
looked like it was asphalt there for a minute.
No, it's
about
plexiglass or something.
fiberglass.
It's made of fiberglass. It's really sketchy because when you get to the bow, it's the bow of a boat, man. It's real.
Yeah.
It sucks
So
over
it's probably 30, 32 feet long, 6, 7 feet deep. And at the back, you actually have like a little natural roll in because the transom comes up, and then you can see the width of it there and how it bows out. Same place. That's the
What happens when
opposite side
you
of the
hit
boat.
the keel? Is there
Yeah.
a big hole there?
No, this one didn't have a hole in the bottom.
Ah.
Yeah, they
Hey,
went
look
all
at
out
that product placement, Schmitt sticks.
Yeah, no doubt.
Was it who found that place? Was it Dion? Wayne Dion?
I don't know. I can't remember who I went with there the first time.
That was right around the corner from his house.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
he took me there, and I was like, "This is crazy, man."
Yeah,
That's a
I
great
loved
shot.
it. I loved it.
And
I
they
like
let
seeing
you,
the other boat in the distance too. You get an idea. You're at a
so they let you skate there. They didn't
No.
care. No.
I think it was somewhat abandoned or
yeah.
out of business, but yeah,
Yeah.
it went on for a while. I understand that either the guys at the spot or the border they have a boat hole now that they skate in.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's
that thing is
sketchy.
so much fun.
So tell me
I
about
don't
this. This is cool as hell. I don't know. It's random, but
Yeah, it's I get a lot of jokes about this because it's the only picture of me street skating that anyone's ever seen. I wasn't a big proponent of street skating other than to get from point A to point B or to go buy beer. And so it was rare that I partook in that. But this was there's a Home Depot on 22nd where Michael works now. And this is in that parking lot before the Home Depot was there.
Oh.
This is when there was like a movie theater or something there. And I don't know if it was a contest or a demo or just like a random day that kids put a bunch of stuff out. So this is like an ollie up to an attempted grind on a 14-inch piece of PVC pipe.
That just happened to be there. Was it donated by a local resident?
It
Donated.
was reluctantly donated from a construction site.
it was liberated. Set me free.
Yeah, I think this photo is by Jason Herring, the kid they used to call Hairball.
Oh, good.
Well, hello. Thank you, Jason.
And I understand you returned it when you were done.
Yeah.
Have I got this all right? Is this all Nacho?
Yeah, these are all pictures from the Nacho ramp. Upper left, that was taken, I think, by Swank, Todd Swank, and a crew from the Trans World magazine.
Wow.
Ooh,
That's
Came to one of our
huge.
New Year's Eve. Yeah, they showed up at one of our New Year's Eve parties, which were usually pretty epic. And we hung out all day, took photos. I think Tully got a picture in the mag. Monty got a picture in the mag from that session. This picture was in Trans World. And it really kind of shows you, even though it's a fisheye, you get the idea of how the Nacho ramp worked. You can see on the horizontal how drawn out the tranny is, and on the vertical how quick it gets. And that was the whole idea behind the ramp. That was upside down elliptical that kind of pitched you at the top.
And
So,
where
look,
was
looks
this
like the
on
ramp's on
somebody's
fire.
property? Who owned the property?
This is in my mom's backyard, 4344 10th Avenue South, St. Petersburg, Florida.
What a gutsy
Yeah.
chick to put something like that in her yard. I mean,
Dead center of Child's Park.
nice.
For those of you
Yeah.
from St. Pete, you know where that is.
I don't know if you'll follow NASCAR, but Dale Jr. does abandoned racetracks around the country show or something. And this was like abandoned cool ramps around the country show.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Chuck Holtz had an idea like 20 years ago for and the internet wasn't as big a thing then, or else it would have taken off for him. But he was thinking about a show called Skateparkologist, where he's like an archaeologist who would go to like abandoned skate parks.
Yeah, well, you're doing that right here. That's cool. Come on, we'll do a segment for him to do on our show. He can just be a skate parkologist or whatever.
Is this
center
Greg,
picture is
Gregory?
me with that's me
Oh, okay, good.
with too much hair, not enough shirt. And then there's Cleo, Jeff Sweat, and Jason Herring on the platform.
Cleo got the
bottom
fade working.
Yeah. Bottom, a couple pictures of me, fast plant, tail tap. And there's a picture of me and my wife way back then.
That was a great ramp. There was a lot of fun times there. You could
I
pretty
think
much
Cleo wins the fashion contest. And,
an overview from the roof. And then a couple pictures of me. There's a picture of me and Michael. You can barely see me. I'm rolling out of the frame. Michael's chasing me.
oh, okay. That's good. It's a good shot.
Oh, I didn't even notice
saw
that.
Michael.
Yeah. I got
Jeez,
Smith into
good.
the channel, and Michael's doing a stand-up grind.
that place was like a free for all. That's such a little ramp and so much fun. People there would do things you'd like. What are you doing? That's stupid.
I
Is
remember
this
you
the
guys
ramp
came
that the
over.
Beastie Boys came to? Or
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I remember Michael showed up with a jump ramp and like screwed it into the transition on one side. So you would drop in, hit the jump ramp, and launch up onto the coping.
Would this
That
be
was nuts.
popular today? Are there many people that would ride
Absolutely.
this kind of thing?
Yeah.
It was.
It would be.
It wasn't deep. How deep was it? What was it about?
I got-
Chest high?
7 foot and 9 foot,
It was
maybe.
the extensions were 7, and the rest of it was 6. I got to go get a charger because I got low battery. So give me.
Yeah, that's so
Okay.
it was like 6 foot to the lip. It wasn't like it was like a mini ramp, the original mini ramp.
So Michael, if this ramp design was put into a current skate park, would it be popular?
They had no. I think they've gone past things. They make parks now like obstacle courses instead of just having a sweet bowl or something. It just gets crazy. But the design they recreated. Paul took, I think, at Eagle Rock, at Skilly's house or whatever. He had the same design, and it was a really full size big ramp. And
The bad part of a ramp is that it's outside and it's going to deteriorate.
right.
If you
And
build it, what they just built in Mooresville, North Carolina, Team Payne Design, and I believe, oh gosh, now I can't remember who built it, but it's $2.5 million worth of concrete, and I look at it and go, I don't get it. But there's 60 guys lined up on one side, ready to run and hit a rail, a stair, a this or that, and then there's a couple bowls and a snake run. So you've got both worlds, and then you're talking about a third one, Phil, which would be then the pump track. But the thing we have to do is coach kids not to roll, that don't know how to skate, don't roll through the bottom of the beginners and intermediate areas. You need to learn to skate at home.
Yeah, when we first opened up SRQ Sarasota skate park, there was some collisions because it wasn't separated. It was where you could go everywhere. Now they worked it out. I don't hear about collisions anymore. So it's just
They get educated.
Yeah, you
They
got
find
to
out.
sacrifice a few groms to learn. So,
Right.
I ruined my leg for life.
thank you.
688 skate park because a dad, we had skated. They had the half pipe in the back. It was like I don't know, 7 or 8 foot deep little mini ramp, and we had sessioned that for a while. And I was heading back up to the pro shop, the shop, and they had a little tiny half pipe on the way. It was like 4 feet deep. So I just rolled into it and went up and did a 50-50 on one side and turned to come in. And as I had turned to come in, a dad had put his like 4-year-old on a skateboard and pushed him across the flat bottom. So I jumped off and bailed. When I did, I twisted my leg super funny and actually tore my IT band. which I'm not going to get into what your IT band is. The doctor said you couldn't tear it, and they took an MRI of mine. I'm like, holy shit. And it like ruined my knee for life. So yeah, little kids shouldn't ride in the bottom of stuff.
No, no, dad shouldn't push kids in front of somebody else. That's give way to the right, just like the Coast Guard. He should not have gone in front of you. That's stupid. Wasn't the kid's fault.
No,
Hey, that's me at the Basin. That's the only photo of me at the Basin, bottom left.
That's the best shot I've seen all night.
it is a good picture. Validates.
More like throw your board and jump on it, but it's
Yeah, right. That was a funky little pool.
It was
Very cool.
it was fun for me to watch people come there and go, shit, I got to skate this. I'm used to whatever ramps and stuff.
Pools weren't made to be skated. You know what I mean? And it had gnarly coping, and it kicked vertical. I mean,
it was just total challenge. It wasn't some all day long deal. You got worn out.
Well, what's funny is
it's go time now.
Well, Bruce is in the corner. He's on the end of the coping. So he's and he's used to riding ramps. So it's very interesting that he's hitting it in the pocket.
Yeah.
But
that was the big thing when I got there, was that there was a pocket. I think that was the first ones that had coping.
Yeah.
That there was a curvy wall right off the bat. That was a great part.
I'm looking at the picture in the back on the right hand side. Looks like we stuck one of the big speakers on a little stand there, so it blows music into the bowl.
Yeah, you're right though. You're right though, Phil. It's a workout. If you skated there all day, you knew it at the end of the day. You know, you were spent.
I only had 5.5 miles.
We didn't know what we were doing, and then of course it rains while we're trying to do it, and whatever. Yeehaw!
So, Rolling Waves. When did that open?
I think I'm thinking 78. That's a picture of Brian's truck and the clubhouse. And
Brian was great. He was wonderful. He was a wonderful human being.
He had the same issue. It rained like hell. It just wouldn't stop raining, and walls were getting washed. And the technology of how you made a park back then and now seems a big difference.
Yeah, really.
But most of his walls were just making his mounds of dirt weren't supported like they're framed out now. And he came up to me and he said he was building a park, and he did. He was 28 years old. Cool. And got a bunch of his friends, and they came out with their bulldozers, and he got the permits and stuff, and nobody believed it. And that was a great little hideaway in the woods.
Yeah, I like going there. That was fun. And he loved carving. He liked to go up there and carve. And he was like a strong, beefy kind of guy. And he would.
I sent. I thought I sent. I don't know if you noticed it. It was one of his last rides at the park. And he drops in and he's doing a backside carve, and he pulls his drawers down for the whole wall. Big giant.
Yay!
And then his hat blows off as he's putting it back on, and his wife Dottie laughs her ass off. And it's a great video.
That's great.
All right, let's see. You guys
we got Ollie up top there. That's
got to be Kona.
Professor. Who else? Who's on the low? Who's in the lower right?
That's
Monty
its spot.
Nolder.
Yeah.
Is that Monty?
Yep. That's Sam Meyer and Alan, Paul, and Monty.
Yeah. I hadn't seen Monty. I think last time I saw Monty was when Dunedin opened up. I think wasn't he there? I think he might have been there.
Yeah, he was.
I have copies of
He
the
was a Burn Bowl local for a while.
The sign-in sheet at Dunedin Park. It's pretty epic.
Oh, cool.
So this Lake Mary?
That is Lake Mary. No. That is that's Northport.
Oh.
How's that park? Is that okay? That park?
It's all right. It's fun. You know what's really fun though is the kind of like just the open area behind it, because you can pump around it super fast. It's got big long vert wall the whole length of the park pretty much. And you just get a lot of speed and kind of carve around. It's been years since I've been there.
So you can do a pump track in there.
Nah, you can do a circle
Circle,
track
yeah,
kind of
well,
thing.
loop kind
Yeah.
of thing. But you're not
Yeah.
doing a kick turn. You're
Yeah.
surf style or whatever.
I think the difference between linked up bowls that you can keep going wherever and a pump track's like a road.
Yeah.
Right.
If you made the
Right.
road wide enough, it wouldn't really
Right.
matter what would happen there.
Yeah.
It's just like a little road.
It's different.
Upper left is Michael and me, John Grigley, Tom Nicholson at Rocco's house on the way to the very first Hall of Fame thing at Kona.
Now, are you over 21 at this point?
Oh yeah. Well,
Okay,
well over.
just
So Clearwater
Yeah, that
Skate
was
Park.
great.
Yep. Picture me at Clearwater with wheels
Oh,
the
yeah.
size of baked potatoes.
that's great.
It's huge.
Look how huge those wheels are, man. That's crazy. You could like cut those apart and make 4 wheels now.
And what happened here?
Yeah, probably because the
Thi-
wheels are skinny.
This is 688, isn't it?
Yep, that's 688. That's the fun pipe. And the bottom, that's actually the freestyle area at Rainbow.
Oh, right here.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's probably like all 115 pounds of me.
My gosh. We were skinny once.
Yeah.
This is Nacho, right?
Yep.
All right,
Check
so
out all the cars, man.
The place would be packed.
Look
Just-
at it, there's a lot of cars.
It would get packed.
The
But
Pinto
George is
Maverick.
all wound up about all these cars. What kind of car is that? What's that?
Jeff Sweat's Maverick.
That's Florida there. Look at that. That's typical Florida scene there.
This is great.
Wow. What a great ramp.
It was solid.
All right, so you guys, I didn't hear any. I heard you talking. I couldn't tell anything you said. So I don't know how to turn the video music down. And
I never heard the video.
you didn't hear a sound?
No.
I didn't hear nothing.
Awesome. So that's great. So maybe it's recording correctly.
And technology comes in our favor.
No, that video spoke for itself.
Was this a typical day and this many
Yeah.
people hanging out?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It was a point of it was a contest every day.
That
Nice.
might be me. Yeah. Yeah, that's me.
You got the hair for it.
Yeah.
Like it was like a fashion
Michael, that's
show.
you?
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I remember. You had that dark hair,
That's Tully.
chiseled
Tully.
chin.
Yeah, Tully was a madman. He kills it whenever. If he feels like it, he does it, man.
What's the surface? Plywood? What kind of?
Yep, just plywood.
Every once in a while, splitters. That's old-fashioned plywood.
Did
Yeah.
anybody have a bag of tweezers available, or you go home? Do a little commercial to get people to participate with us.
Well, welcome to Skateboarding Bros Show, folks, at skateboardingbros.com and at Skateboarding Bros on YouTube. And tonight we've got Bruce Whiteside and Mike Daly, the kings of the St. Pete scene. And we're just going over the Nacho ramp at present. So enjoy.
And if you have any footage of the nacho ramp, send it to Edgar.
Now
Thank
this
you,
is the
Michael.
bird bowl.
Oh, yeah. Pretty nice. Can you guys hear this?
No.
Speaks for itself.
What is
Oh.
now? That's not plywood. That's skate.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
skate
that
light.
skate light.
What is it?
Skate
Is it
light?
skate light?
Skate light. Yeah.
It's real
Yeah, nice.
expensive.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Back then,
How much was one sheet? Like $40?
Skate light?
wow.
No,
Back then.
100 plus.
$100?
100 plus.
Oh
Plus.
man.
And
Probably
now
that's
it's,
150.
I've heard it.
they've got gator skins now.
Yeah,
they're
ramp
probably
armor.
more.
Now, how did you raise the funds for this?
I had a great job.
Oh, you did it. Nice job. Nice. Very
Well,
good. Yeah. Participate.
Bergbowl, like I said, the skeleton was wood that Jay Turner donated that we repurposed from his spine ramps. And then, you know, Paul gave us some board runs that we sold to raise funds. It was a big skate scene, so everybody threw in money, but the bulk of it really Justin and I funded.
And how long would this last as your return on investment? Fun versus time.
Yeah, 5 years, I think.
Wow, that's good.
Maybe a little bit longer.
Nice.
It's a good run.
Now, these are St. Pete Stage 1. The half pipe in the background is the half pipe that John's sister purchased for him from Matt Davies. And the quarter pipe was the quarter pipe from Earth and Surf and Skateboard Park. And
Wow.
there's a reason I don't do front side air. If you look at that picture, you understand why. And
I tried my first knee slide on that ramp, and I dropped to my knees to slide, and my right ankle popped. So I sprained my ankle trying to do a knee slide.
yeah, yeah. I never could master the tuck knee front side air. It's always stink bug. That's why I never did them. That's John. If you can see him in the background there in the black and white photo, jumping out from underneath the ramp.
How wide was that ramp?
Both of them were 8 feet wide.
Yeah.
Sheesh. I never understood why you had to put plywood side panels on a ramp. What is that? Just for decoration? Or
No, that.
Are you serious?
It defined the shape, really. It defined the arc.
I thought the ribs internal ribs.
They're all connected to that.
Yeah, the ribs are
okay.
connected to the plywood, so that's
I
what
gotcha.
defines the shape of the ramp.
I didn't do well in shop class, so
You're kidding me.
It's the template for where that stuff goes.
there you go. All right, the template.
So, did I get out? Are all these Griglies?
Yeah, these are all at John's house. I think the one in color, we had actually torn the half pipe down at that point, and we're rebuilding St. Pete Ramp version 2, which was still north-south, but it was going to be 16 feet wide. That's invert and me doing an ollie on an ollie board.
That's the only invert I've seen of you.
Yeah, people usually just take pictures of me doing layback grinds or Smith grinds for some reason, but I did inverts, all the regular stuff, layback airs, etc.
Hey, Bruce, turn your camera up a little bit. The top of your head's falling off.
Oh, I can't see me.
There you go. That's good. Yeah. People are calling in to me right now going, hey, fix Bruce's head. So, all right, carry on.
So we saw this one before, I think, but it was from the top where we could see the guy's car. So you got Bockham. Is that Sean
Grigley.
Petty?
No, Grigley.
That's Grigley. And this is Sam.
Yep, Sam Meyer.
And I think that's Chris West. I'm not sure who else is up there. But
Yeah,
this is great backside air. I love this picture.
That's my favorite trick ever. Backside alley-oop. You know, it's just great because if you do them right, you get to that point where you're kind of weightless for a second and a half, and then you turn and come back in. It's a lot of fun.
That whole "if you're doing them right" thing is the catch.
Yeah.
No, it's a lock. It's a line. There's a line.
So we got Crip Stick. Did you buy that? Or
I did at Clearwater SkatePark.
I really want my old competition concave.
Tell me, do the newer boards have the indentation for grip versus like on Grigley's ramp where they've got some Schmitt sticks on there? What's the?
They put wheel wells in them that keep your wheels from burning. That's I think the best innovation Paul's put in lately. I've seen on all his boards, and that's awesome.
Most of the guys know how to slide their boards just on the wood, on the whatever coping there is. But if somebody is going to put a rail on the bottom of the board, they better be pretty good because they're going to catch a lot of shit. Because
I always did a lot of Smith grinds, a lot of like slide and rolls and disaster slides and things like that. So I always loved rails, man. It just made it better, I don't know
Right.
if it made it easier, it made it faster. So it's a lot of fun.
So this is at Dunedin. I
Why is there a picture of me running in there? Yeah, that's
because
me, Cleo, and Hall of Famer Dave Adams.
yeah, Dave's pointing at the
Gomez.
at the Berg Bowl deck. You
Oh, I
got
got one of those. Hold on.
who's this guy in the back trying to get away?
That's Ben. He's an Ocala local. I think his last name is Grissom. Good skater. Huge backside ollies on that little ramp.
Grissom.
I heard that the running thing was after you had bailed off the board, you had to run off, and that's why you were running.
That's Grigley at Grigley's ramp.
I just
That was
love
not
that
me.
because so much could go wrong.
Yeah.
He's got almost no nose.
Remember
Yeah.
the old, Bruce Mason had the snub nose. Just
Yeah.
saw it off with the trucks. You get a 10-inch board, saw it off with the trucks.
Oh.
That's Grigley at his ramp, and then like it's Paul, Bill Procco, and me at
Oh,
Spot.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
There you go.
A
301.
model. Michael's a model.
Michael had to
301
listen
round.
for an hour before he got good pictures of himself. So
That
this was taken
was,
by Richard Boswell
Oh,
at the
I
301
went to
ramp.
a club. I went to a club one night, and he was DJing, and he goes, "Come on, Michael, come here." And I came into the booth. And he goes, "Here, check it out." And he had it pinned to his bulletin board. That's how I got that picture. It was awesome.
That is awesome. This is the same ramp you assassinated.
I spent a lot of time there. I liked it. It was a fun ramp. That was the team party shirts, and team was written upside
nice
down.
photo, Richard. That's a good shot there.
Yeah,
So
the team was written upside down so the teammate could read it themselves by holding the shirt out.
Yeah, like party, the shirt with the name party on it while you're doing a dance routine at the same time.
Bruce, did you ever skate this? Bruce.
Eckerd College.
Yeah, Bruce, did you ever
No,
skate?
not me. Is that Eckerd College?
Yeah, did you ever skate it?
Nope, not even once. I graduated from Eckerd College, but I never skated it.
You know where that big pond is?
Yeah.
That's it, before the water filled it in.
Wow, that's awesome.
They built it and it sat for a couple of years, and it was Eckerd College. You could go up there, and I was still in high school.
Let's go
And
drain their pond. Let's get it out of there. Just make it
It's some
skatable.
sort of water. It's not water treatment. It's just a collection of some sort, I guess. I'm not
Retention.
sure.
It's a water retention pond. Is
But-
that a plastic liner, or there was asphalt?
No, black asphalt. Smooth as can
kidding.
be. It was
Man, I got to
beautiful.
turn that into a pump park.
So
You check out Mike and he looks killer. He's styling. He's got needs shoes, right? This guy looks a little better off.
Is that you, Michael?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, man, how rad. I didn't even know it was you.
The Evening Independent, what do you call it? Photographer was there. And so everybody was pulling a train, and I just tried to crash into him. Like I was sliding right there.
That's
And,
rad. That's like the greatest shot ever.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
my
good,
mom
isn't
got
it?
it for me. It was printed in the Evening Independence, and we got the picture from them.
Well,
Yeah,
this guy
skateboarding was
here,
wild.
he doesn't have much of a shot, and neither does this guy.
That was Hank. Tawny was kind of good, but they were in like a party world. Those are my brother's buddies. They're a lot older than me, and they're the ones that turned me on to it. The little group of them that skated, they're all surfers, and what do you call it? Billy Porter, Rob Porter, his brother opened Mad Beach Surf Shop, and Billy set up the first ramp anybody had, like 2 4x8 sheets of plywood at the end of the driveway. And
So who's the one that discovered this? Was it one of those guys behind you?
that was the group of guys. They were about 3 years older than me.
I'd love to talk to them.
Baldwin.
Did their eyes light up when they saw a slope? Or
Yeah.
what was that moment like?
Yeah, the first time I was ever turned on to really ride in big walls or something was Dunlop's pool. We talked about it before. Dunlop's little sister, she was riding a big wheel, and I was looking at it. We are like, man, that looks cool. And I didn't know about pool skating. I was like 14, first when we first got turned on to it, and then the pool was like. Then the this group of kids behind me, they were good. The Porters. Billy Porter, he was good. Chris Moriarty, he was good. They were like just surfing. And this was like riding big. What'd you say?
Two brothers named Noonan that used to skate in St. Pete?
Kevin Noonan and Michael Noonan. They both became cops. Kevin's head of the SWAT team in St. Petersburg, Florida. And his brother, they're both got commendations at the police station. That was
they were like on the way out when John and I were starting to skate a lot at Earth and Surfing and stuff. Those were guys that were kind of already established.
Nitro 9, he made a
How many cops do you know that grew up as surfers and skaters?
His daughter's best friends with my neighbor. We get excellent police service. It's like, he's head of the SWAT. He's not just like a cop. He's head of SWAT. He's the one that drives the tank into the building, and he's the first one in. He's bad, man.
The guy in the back without the shirt with the arms up. That's like he's at that moment when.
If you look in front of him,
just dropped in, and now you're
oh shit! Hold on. Wait a minute.
Moment.
There was a right in front of where he's at. That's a pipe sticking out.
Yeah, there's a drain or something there.
Yeah,
he's stuck up. So if you hit it, he's looking sketchy because he's looking at it, and Hank would probably hit it.
He's probably taking a deep breath right about now.
Oh, I went deeper than I meant to. You either got to go inside or outside.
And the last guy wishes he didn't have a skateboard. He goes, man, I got long pants. I am not ready for this.
And his feet are all fucked up. It looks like he's going to wobble down that thing.
Yeah, it was the original skateboard park.
Really? It was awesome.
It was super.
I wish I'd have known about it, but so this is comparison of photographic skills. As a photographer, I like to think I'm pretty good. So this was taken with a Vivitar 110 with color film from the porch on the back of the Basin clubhouse. And this was taken by some new guy, Brad Bowman. Both are Mike Daly.
He'll never amount to anything.
What's that?
That was
he'll probably never amount to anything.
Yeah, Bowman.
No, Bowman picked me up.
None of those skateboard criminals will amount to anything. What are you talking about?
Well, Bowman came and visited the Basin, and I told you before about having seen him in California, but they showed up. It was one of your contests, Phil, and 1978. I'm guessing. I don't know, but Bowman showed up, and
we was having fun back then.
Yep, but he was running around, and he said, "Hey, will you ride for Sims?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, that was fun."
I've never seen you with matching. You don't have matching knee pads on here, but you do have elbow pads and wrist pads and Powell Copers.
There's no.
What are you riding?
If I got Copers on, I don't remember. I always rode Indies. Paul must have made something. Yes, that had to be something from Sims, but not a Coper guy myself.
Do you want me to put black tape over those so the audience can't see the Copers?
Yeah, I want that picture taken out.
Sorry.
We'll have to. Oh, now here we go again. Let me make sure I'm on the right page. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, awesome.
The picture on the left, what do you call it? That's Clearwater Tail Tap by Bears, the photographer from Skates East.
Yeah.
And for the Clearwater contest, I got a centerfold.
Is that the plexiglass extension in the back right hand side?
Yeah, you can see that there.
Note the right hand. That's the Daly affect. It's got to have the.
No, notice the burn all the way through the underwear to the ass.
No, we didn't notice
And the
that.
IPS, you got the IPS sticker.
Yeah, baby, got the pinky in the wheel. Oh yeah, that's a
yeah.
great picture.
Wait, what is this 78?
Who took
79?
it? Do we know who took it?
I thought it said in the beginning, Bear, the photographer.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Oh, Bear took that? Bear
Yeah.
was great.
And then
He
this
came
is
down.
301, right?
That's 301. And you, that was just a great. That was the real ramp. And people showed up. Everyone skated real. It was.
I got a great video of Michael skating there somewhere. I don't know where it is though.
I see stuff sometimes. That's fun.
We made like Berg Bowl DVDs.
Really?
And I don't know who has them. I made about a dozen of them. I don't know who has them. Will Godfrey might have one, but it's got like the whole 301 contest on it.
Wow, love
Wow.
to see it.
Yeah, me too. I didn't keep one for myself, and the computer with the master files kind of went bye-bye. So
Even though it's digital, we lose a lot of stuff. So
oh yeah.
I just hope YouTube doesn't go out of business.
So I'm gonna play this, and then I can't hear, so because it plays the stereo. But what is the name of the trick he does at the end of this?
Where is that? Dollhouse?
I don't know.
That's
Something
probably,
you sent me
that's
though.
probably Orlando.
What is that?
Layback air to invert. They used to call him Todd Twist.
That's not Todd, is it?
No, Todd Twist,
Yeah.
the trick. I think Todd Joseph invented it. You go up like a layback air and you spin around into an invert.
It's kind of hard to understand when you. What the heck? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a good footage.
I don't know if I went to the next
I
one.
mean, because back then everybody was still trying to figure it out. Like no one knew what to do. What if they take it, just spin it all the way around?
Dollhouse.
Yeah, that.
I think that's when they rebuilt Dollhouse ramp. I think that's it.
All right, I got to get to the next picture at
be
some
wrong.
point.
I'm hypnotized.
So,
Ah,
Real.
so this I had to lighten up a little bit, Phil, make you unnatural. But I had a couple of the
I've never
Dunedin
claimed to be
open.
too natural.
Well, it was in the shadows, so I lightened it up a little bit.
What park was this? Where,
This is Dunedin. This is your old college roommate.
Yeah, that's Bob Hackworth. Yeah,
Yeah,
great. Bob was the mayor. He was the mayor, and
yeah,
he
and
and I go way back.
imagine the stories.
Yeah, Phil's always been an innovator. He had a party at your house for skaters at Sensation. We came over and you were smoking oysters with big wet bag on top, and you had a rope course set up in your backyard.
Yeah.
With the rope coming from the tree, and then you had to walk a rope, and no one fell far, but there was that was skateboard action over the grill.
Did you ever
That was a great party.
Did you ever try to complete that course, Mike?
Not a chance.
I
mean,
made
you might
it.
try a section.
So, I mean, I made it around all the way till the part where you were like, whatever, 10, 15 feet above. And then I was just out of gas.
It was
This is tough.
I'd never seen anything. That's Phil's always had it.
Yeah, well, if I had my druthers, I would have made the trail around the lake a pump trail, but I didn't know. I was too stupid.
A Humpty Pumpy?
A Humpty Pumpty trail around the lake would have been cool.
So that is, I want to hear a round of applause here. I didn't have to move pictures around. I did pretty good tonight, I think. And
Not show prep.
yeah, it's amazing. I think it's overrated, the show prep.
Well,
But-
that's one of the technologically best shows we've ever done.
I think there's an Emmy somewhere, an Oscar or whatever, some sort of thing. But no, I remember skating. I forgot what the name of the ramp was. It was out in the middle of the orange groves, like up North Belcher Road, up by Dunedin.
Orange Grove ramp.
The what?
We used to call it the Orange Grove. We call it the
Orange Grove
ramp.
ramp. Right. And
I
I
used to skate that with Todd Webb all the time.
Yeah, I went to one session, and it was after I had the moment you had when you came back to skating and you realized Grigley was going now 4 feet high on everything, and you were like, "What happened?" So I was, "Oh, yeah, I'll go skate with you, George," and we go out there, and I don't know anybody. That's weird. And then Bruce comes up to me and he goes, "You don't know who I am, do you?" And I'm like, I don't, because I went from Clearwater to Gainesville and you guys were down there doing crazy stuff. But, it's just amazing how we still relate. And we skated all these places. And that's what kind of blows me away about the difference between the West Coast and the East Coast. Because we have smaller, we weren't San Francisco, San Diego, LA. There was no huge places where everybody would skate. They didn't have, we don't have that. So, and we had to make, as been, exhibited here so many times, to make our own stuff to skate.
Yeah.
You got
there was like there was an explosion of that in the mid to late 80s in this area. I know there was, like in Tampa, there was Warren Dunn's ramp, and then there was the Brady Bunch ramp. I can't remember what the kid's name was. We call it the Brady Bunch because it was like this perfect family, and it had this little perfect ramp in their backyard. And
I remember that. I remember that was out by Tyrone.
What's that?
The Brady Bunch ramp by Tyrone.
No, that was Suncoast ramp. That was Brian Drake, who's still ripping. That was Brian Drake and a kid named Timmy Payne. That was their ramp, and that kind of came in late. Lance skated there a lot. No, Brady Bunch was over in Hyde Park. It was right off of Swan in Hyde Park, and then right down the street from it was the Gatorade ramp. I guess the people who lived there had something to do with formulating Gatorade back whenever it was made, but they were just kind of weird scenes. And there was
I think that's it. The more people that you got invited to, you just got invited more places. And there's no idea how many ramps there were or how many spots.
Yeah.
Bradenton coming back from the skate park there now. Excuse me. What do you call it? There's a abandoned go-kart track. And for years and years and years, people are building a little ramp here, a little ramp there. And it's got the whole go-kart track, the width. There's ups and downs, and
that's
cool. There's concrete walls and
but like what Ed was saying, there was that ramp in the Orange Grove ramp. I was trying. There was a couple more I was thinking of around that time, but they kind of popped up everywhere for a little while, but they were all short-lived.
That was a plywood ramp. I never forget, because it was a steamy day. It had rained. And I thought, I didn't know. I thought, this is going to be slippery, and I can't even drop in. I never had to drop in anywhere. None of the parks that I rode. So I can't even elevator drop it. I'm like, what was it? 9 feet with a feet of vert, the Orange Grove ramp.
Yeah, all right.
So I'm trying to pump up on this thing, and all I'm doing is pushing small walls of water around. I'm not getting any speed. I'm not going anywhere. So I'm like, okay, that's enough. I'm just gonna hang out and watch these guys shred, which you guys were doing, which is just amazing. I think straight line to straight line.
I think about how we would drive.
Did I mute somebody?
And half an hour,
No,
right? Absolute crap.
I can't hear.
Hey, if anybody's watching this and has pictures, just put them in the comments section.
Share screen.
Someplace, and just link them up
Hello.
so you can see this stuff. Or ask to come on the show. Edgar at skateboardingbros.com. And Edgar can't hear anything.
Can't hear him. We can't hear.
Oh, just after we compliment him on his technological prowess for the greatest show we've ever done, he can't hear anything.
He's just
I can now. I can now.
Whoops! I take that back.
It's those big things you had on your head.
Well, I mean, it hides things. So does the glasses. So, but no, man, it's really
Wrap
cool.
it up. Let's get out of here. This has been great.
Okay. Thank you for joining us in season 2, episode 12 or 13 or something with with Mike Daly and Bruce Whiteside, because we're talking about the Skateboard Hall of Fame, and we got Phil Chiocchio down in Sarasota, and I'll be coming down in on April early, what, the 14th? Because 14th it'll be on. That'll probably be the biggest skate night, and then the 15th is the event, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That,
It's gonna be.
that park's is always regularly popular, so it's going to be packed.
They had Red Bull there recently, right? Red Bull skate team was there.
Anybody who's anybody needs to skate that park. It's a really nice park.
The 5th anniversary of the park, right?
Maybe.
That's what I heard.
But it's got everything. It's got like little flat walls. It's got the rails, all the jumpy stuff.
Yeah, grab your big poster in the back and just change the letters on it for.
It's got a 20-foot deep pool. However deep that damn thing is, 20 feet. It's huge.
14, right? Is that 2 or 3 feet of vert?
Yeah, it's
more than 2.
Insane.
We're going to have complete coverage of everything that went on, as long as somebody takes some pictures. You know how it is.
I'm going to try for YouTube Live, and maybe we'll do some real podcast and see if we get thrown off the air.
Let's get out of here. I'm getting, my butt's hurting. I had a shot in my hip today. Talk. What's that? Talk.
St. Pete. So you 2 100ths of the history of St. Pete, me and Michael. You know, I was talking to Tom Nicholson a couple days ago, and for me, you know, Michael was there before we were. That's for sure. The Eckerd College photo is fucking balls, man. That's great. And you know, for me, St. Pete started like probably 77 through 80 was like the skate parks and the early St. Pete ramp, and then 81 through 84 was like the big St. Pete ramp with the pro contests. And then 84 through like 89 was the nacho ramp. So it was really about a decade. It was about 10 years when all that stuff was packed together there, everything that happened. And it was like, really like 5 lifetimes in a decade. It was crazy at how much it went on, how many people it came through there, and how much activity there was. And hopefully it influenced a fair amount of people that are still skating and that went on and spread it to others.
I think the whole history of skateboarding is these little cycles. Boom, up. Yeah. It's like fall, get up, fall, get up, fall, get up. It's just the whole industry.
So, Phil, you have to wait. I have to show a couple videos that I forgot to show.
Okay. All right. We're not leaving yet.
So,
don't
orange,
touch that dial.
This is Mike Daly, I think.
Well, we got to share it. We don't see it.
Oh, damn it. Hold on.
This is a technological genius working here tonight.
Hey, I screwed up. So, go away.
That looks like Ray Diaz there. Or no,
that's
Allen.
That's AG, and he skates, and we don't care. He's not that good. All right, then we're gonna look at this one. We're looking for pictures of Mike Daly.
Yeah.
That was a backside cess.
Oh shit! Hold on.
See if I could how bad you could scratch the back of your arms.
4211.
That's funny.
Oh. That is Flying Wheels. You had to say something, Phil.
What? What did I do?
Nothing. Now look at Mike. Look at Mike. He's got to poke somebody with his board. He's always pressing.
I was explaining something to him.
Don't do that again, some bitch. Let's see what happens to you.
There he is.
Yep. That's funny.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
That picture of a frame just like that was used in
cool.
What do you call it? That the book, The Ollie.
The Ollie book.
Yeah, I think it's on page 436.
400. You think it's?
You think it might be?
You know, that's Tim Schiller. He's
yeah, he was here. His name was put in the mag wrong one time. Remember?
Well, what? I don't know who this guy is.
That's what's his name?
Yeah,
that's his
Leaf Garrett.
Some kind of rocket thing.
Yeah.
Look
at that.
There you go.
That,
Wish
that
I-
looks like a hillbilly.
I wish I knew how to do backside airs. Oh, I got this one. This Kelly. So that's about all I got, guys. Kelly's fun to
Good
watch.
job.
Thank you, Phil. That was a great part.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And
That was a clubhouse. When they described it to me, they go, it's like what is your parents are a member of a club or whatever. They go, it's like a club. It's all the stuff that's there, and it was played up, and I was like, yeah, like a club, man. That's where we're going. We're moving to Gainesville.
Thank you
And,
very much, because I want it to be just like a juke joint. You know, you go there and have fun. You don't have to worry about anything.
You can buy man, you can buy fish by the pound. That's
Yeah,
a big
right. You
deal.
go fishing.
it was fun. Let me tell you guys this one. Okay. So I skated. I went to Gainesville. I was 17. I skated for 2 or 3 months, a month or two. And then there was the Rainbow Wave contest. And I go home and I got my dad's van and I got Rick Phillips and George McCullen or somebody. Maybe I forgot who was in the van exactly, but we were parked at Rainbow Wave and it was
How'd that happen?
it was very cloudy inside. And so there's a knock at the door, at the window, and I roll the push the little electric, but window comes down and all this cloud goes out the door, and it's Tony Romano and Phil, and they're laughing and inviting me to skate for the Sensation Basin. I said, well, these guys still want me to skate for them after they see me get completely baked in the parking lot.
Well, we knew
Yeah.
you'd be able to get high off the edge. You'd be able to get high up there.
Yeah, then what we did the next day, we went across the street and had lunch and a couple of beers, and then went back and was in the contest. It was a great way to stay. That was the 78, summer 78. So what's your favorite board, Bruce?
My favorite board?
Yeah, was your favorite board. What was the one you wish you had back?
It wasn't a great board because it was for me, but like
Good.
one Christmas and the Superman board, the BB, the
Oh,
Superman
yeah.
Bowman,
Yeah.
the baby blue one with 169 and double conical yellow gyros. That was the
Yellow
greatest
gyros.
looking board ever.
That was a great
Was-
board.
Yeah.
I got his one of the newer boards. He had a limited batch, and I got it. And he's got great style.
My favorite skater ever, man.
Yeah, Brad Bowman.
Style.
Well, I'll have to get you guys my collection picture then, because I've got one of those green machines. I've got a makeup. It's a tribute BB board that
Yeah.
George got for me with 169s and cubics on it, and the copers, the black copers, and then I bought one, a repop of the blue one from Brad. Of course, the green one and the blue one, they're flat.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
like a sheet of plywood.
yeah, you stand on them, put them on the rug, and stand on them and go, yeah, this is going on the wall. I'm not even lying about this. This is
I had that when I was like 13 years old, so I had like size 7 or 8 feet, and the board's like almost
It was-
11 inches wide or something. So
they were huge, and
it didn't make a lot of sense.
but no, listen, man, this is great, and it'll take Phil, a couple weeks or whenever he gets around to it and chop all this
It'll
up.
probably come out just after the Hall of Fame on April 15th.
There you go.
So you missed it. If you're watching this and it's after April
Sorry.
15th,
It was wonderful, though. I'm just worn out. I had so much
hashtag file for an extension on your taxes and come out to the skateboard park of St. Petersburg.
Yeah, the 14th will be hot.
Yeah, 9 to the
Yeah.
14th is going to
Yeah.
be crazy. So thanks a lot, guys, and thank you for watching the Skateboarding Bros show. Thank you, Bruce, and welcome to the Hall of Fame, big guy.
Thank you. Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Phil.
This skate shop.
You're watching the Skateboarding Bros show. Stories from the pioneers of skateboarding about the history and the fun of the sport we love.